And it really is indicative of how our users and lovers of essential oil use the oils, rubbing it all over them and feeling great. So we're excited today to be here. My name is Michael Carson. I'm the general manager for the Philippines. I'll put my name right here so you can see it if you forget it. I have been in the country since June or July of last year, so it's been just a little bit over a year. And I am managing 13 wonderful employees here in the Philippines right now, and we expect over time for that to grow. And why are we here? We're here because there's tremendous demand for our product. It's been growing for many, many years. And finally, the pressure has gotten so much, and thousands of people are clamoring to get our products. We wanted to make the products more accessible to them. So that is why we're here. And while we're here, we not only hope to introduce and train more people on essential oils, but also to provide impact to people in the Philippines. And so that's why we're here. I want to introduce the main presenter today. Greg Cook is the executive founder of doTERRA. He's one of 7 founders. He has many responsibilities in the company. One of those companies is to help us grow internationally and to open international markets. And so he has a great deal of experience in doing that. He's very excited to speak to you today, and I hope that you enjoy his remarks. Thank you. Greg.
My name is Greg Cook, and I love the Philippines. It's been a few years since I've been able to be here, and I came back and found that Manila has changed a lot since I was here the last time. Your airport is awesome. I love it. That's my first impression as I came back, and I thought, wow, Manila is just growing, the Philippines is growing. So it's great to be with you, and I want to take an opportunity to share with you for the next few minutes a little bit about the newest essential oil company that is coming to the Philippines. We happen to be the largest essential oil company in the world. Now, are you guys familiar with essential oils? Have you used them before? Okay. Anyone new? Anyone not used essential oils? Okay, so essential oils have been around a long time. And 12 years ago, myself and several of our partners discovered that the most pure essential oils have not yet been made available in the marketplace. And so we started this company called doTERRA, and our purpose was to bring essential oils into every home in the world. Now, in the marketplace, there have been a lot of essential oils. You can find them in the night market. You can find them in the high-end department stores. The problem with essential oils up until doTERRA was there is no global standard for purity of essential oils. And with essential oils, purity is the most important thing. The more pure an essential oil is, the higher the efficacy and the potency of that product, and also the more safe it is. Because there's no worldwide standard for purity, many what I call the institutional aromatherapists throughout the world have come up with standards that prevented many people from fully utilizing essential oils, because if you don't know if an essential oil is pure or not, you will be very restrictive and careful in the kinds of uses that you have for that product. And so along came doTERRA, and we created a standard of purity that is the highest in the world, making it possible for us to now use essential oils in ways that have never been used before, that are very safe and effective, such as topical use of essential oils and even internal use of essential oils. And once we established that our essential oils were pure from all contaminants, synthetics, adulterations, then we could begin to educate and train everyone to be able to use essential oils. And essential oils now can be found throughout millions and millions of homes in the United States and throughout the world. doTERRA our annual sales are over $2 billion in just 12 years. Think about that. That's unheard of growth. The world is moving towards natural products. People are demanding products that are high quality, that are natural, from a source that they trust, and which are affordable. So those are the main reasons why doTERRA has been attractive to so many people. For the first time, people have a quality standard of essential oil that they really can trust. Many brands say they are 100% pure, but until they do the sophisticated testing that doTERRA does, they don't really know. Aromatherapists, middlemen have perfected the art of replicating nature. And so they can improve profit, and they can create a consistent aroma by synthesizing essential oils. At doTERRA, we know that if we have a pure product, just as nature intended it to be, that we will get a therapeutic effect through the use of those oils. And because of our standard for purity that we call certified pure therapeutic grade, because of that standard, we get a consistent result every single time. We've taken essential oils and simplified them in the training and education process. We have simple collections of oils in kits, and we train people how to use these oils. Now, moms have a first line of defense for their home. I have 5 children and only one wife. And every day in our home, we have medical emergencies. And our first line of defense for headaches, fevers, insect bites are essential oils. And if those things are not effective enough, then we go to the doctor. We believe in Eastern and Western medicine working together. I'm so excited that through the sourcing of these essential oils, that we can change the world in so many different ways. doTERRA sources our essential oils from more than 45 different countries around the world. One of the ways that we use essential oils is diluting it through fractionated coconut oil, which is sourced from here in the Philippines. We love the fact that we are now here and open for business. Over the last 5 years, people have been begging doTERRA to come to the Philippines. And we've been opening many, many new markets. We now have business through 19 different offices and 138 countries around the world. And we're so excited to finally be here. For years, we've been bagged and pleaded and prodded to bring our products officially here to the Philippines market. And so here we are. We're excited to have this, our grand opening. I'm so excited to represent all the owners and founders of doTERRA to be here and to symbolically and enthusiastically. There is what we claim and what we believe is the highest standard of purity in the world. Each essential oil that we sell is tested with 54 different tests. 43 of those tests are by our internal process, by our quality assurance and quality control departments. 11 tests are completed by a third-party organization called APRC, Aromatic Plant Research Center. They are completely third-party, and they provide testing on our oils and other oils in the industry. And every test that we do has to pass their high standard of purity. Recently, APRC tested more than 50 different products from 50 different companies, and only 3 out of the 50 companies tested with pure essential oils. Our largest competitor failed the test. They were not one of the 3. And so we took that as a very good sign that our products are the highest quality and the most pure essential oils in the marketplace.
Thank you. Just a follow-up. You said that it undergoes a lot of tests. For what period of time or how much period of time are we looking at for this test?
It depends on the product. Our oils they begin testing right off. Some of them are tested right where they are sourced. So most essential oils are distilled or cold pressed at the source. So we fresh cut lavender, we fresh cut wintergreen, we fresh cut rose, and we must distill it right away before we lose the essence, before it's gone. So even at that point, we are beginning the testing processes. At one of our facilities in Bulgaria, where we source lavender and rose, farmers can cut their lavender, deliver it to our distillery, and we do a full GCMS test, very expensive testing, so that the farmer can be paid immediately for their product. So it depends on the product, but we start where the oil is sourced all the way through to final testing, post-production, just before we ship it to our consumers.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you very much. Good question. I want to, while you're thinking of more questions, I want to talk a little bit about our greatest innovation in our industry. Aside from CPTG, as we went out into the world, we realized that we were going to have a problem keeping up with the supply. Can you imagine in 12 years becoming a $2 billion company of an industry that had never seen that kind of company before? So in the last 12 years, we've had to secure our supply of essential oils. And we are supplying essential oils from more than 45 different countries around the world, and half of them are in poverty. And so we've had to go into these countries and invest in their infrastructure and very basic humanitarian needs. This began about 10 years ago when we were in Haiti. Haiti is a very poor country, but the very best vetiver in the world comes from Haiti. And as we were sourcing the Haiti from the mountains where it's wildcrafted, we realized that the people that were living in the mountains didn't have a school, they didn't have health care, they did not have clean water. And so we came in with our doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation, which is our charitable arm, and we built a school, built medical clinics, and built a well so that they didn't have to travel 2 hours down the mountain and 2 hours back to get fresh, clean water. And that became what we now refer to as co-impact sourcing. As we source our essential oils around the world, we actually are doing a lot of humanitarian good wherever we go. I believe that we can benefit as a company from securing our supply chain of essential oils, but also improving the lives of individuals who are our growers and our farmers. For many years, the people who have been sourcing the essential oils have been neglected. They've been taken advantage of because they're not well organized. And so, as doTERRA, as the demand for essential oils grew, we were highly motivated and incentivized to create long-lasting relationships of trust by taking care of growers and farmers around the world. Today, we've built so many different infrastructures of basic humanitarian needs in those areas where we're sourcing essential oils. It's one of our greatest impacts to the world. So as we use essential oils, we are able to make a difference in the lives of so many people. Tonight, if you have a chance to attend our seminar, we'll show some of the work that we're doing in this area. It's very, very meaningful, and we are talking about projects in Nepal where wintergreen is sourced. We're talking about projects in Somalia where frankincense comes from. Do you know frankincense? Frankincense is referred to as the king of oils. I'm going to pass around the frankincense. There's one here. Can I pass this to you? Frankincense is the king of oils. Do you know how hard it is to source frankincense? Do you know Somalia? The number one export from Somalia is goats. Goats. Number two is frankincense. The people in Somalia will travel into the mountains. Boswellia freriana trees are not farmed. They are wild crafted. They grow in the wild. And they will go and live in caves for 2 to 3 months. And during that time, they'll cut the Boswellia tree 2-3 times, waiting in between each cutting. Eventually the resin comes out, and then they collect the resin, and we distill the resin into frankincense essential oil. This is the oil that was so important. Frankincense and myrrh given to, I hear now the Christmas music playing, right? Christmas is big in the Philippines. So we know that frankincense and myrrh were given as gifts at Christmas time. So that's our biggest promotion of the year, is in December. We always promote frankincense. but it's a wonderful oil. People use frankincense to enhance their mood. Frankincense is very good for people who are dealing with a little bit of depression. It supports mood enhancement. Frankincense is really, a lot of research has been done on frankincense for cancer. Now, we don't make claims on our products. They don't cure or treat diseases, but they're extremely helpful for supporting different challenges that people are facing with their health each day. These are the pure sources of nature. I think we have one more video, right? Should we show that really quick? Then we'll take a couple more questions if there are. Exports 100 times more lavender than they produce. And that's because as the producers of these essential oils process the essential oils, they chemically extend and what we call adulterate the essential oils with chemicals or synthetics that make them not pure. And they do that for lots of different reasons, sometimes to increase their profit and their bottom line. Sometimes they do it to have a consistent aroma, because if you have a pure natural product, aromas can vary. So there's lots of different reasons and there's lots of different ways. Sometimes essential oil companies simply mislabel the correct species of plants that they are using. Sometimes they don't expose the fact that they have a carrier oil in their essential oil. Sometimes they are unaware that there are pesticides that have been used by their growers and their farmers. And unless you have very sophisticated testing processes, you simply can't catch that. So I think what else makes doTERRA different is the fact that we empower, as you have a pure essential oil that produces a consistent therapeutic effect, we empower people. So people like my wife, who prefer not to spend a lot of time at doctor's offices or at hospitals or with, they don't like prescription drugs, the side effects associated with those things. They feel empowered by doTERRA because they have in their hands the most pure and the most potent essential oil that can be a first line of defense for the family. So thank you for that question. Great. Any more questions?
Are there ever any cases of overdosing on essential oils? Is that a thing? And my next question is, how do you handle fakes?
Okay.
Counterfeit products.
Thank you. So the first question is there such a thing as overdosing? So no, there's no such thing we have never experienced it. One or two of our products have child protection caps, such as wintergreen. Wintergreen essential oil has 95. It's 95% methyl salicylate, which is the ingredient in aspirin, but it occurs in a natural form. So for those reasons, one or two of our oils, like wintergreen single oil or our deep blue oil, which contains wintergreen. Is it here? Yeah. So they have a child-proof cap like that to prevent someone from, a child from taking the whole bottle. We have never had anyone die. We have now sold millions and millions and millions. We have over 8 million customers who have purchased hundreds of millions of bottles of essential oils, and no one has ever overdosed or died. I think it's important that part of our education process is to teach some basic safety. So you shouldn't use oils in your eyes, you shouldn't put them in your ears, you should avoid other sensitive areas. But everything in moderation, just 1 or 2 drops of essential oils is part of what we teach. You don't need to use a lot. They're very potent, but because they're natural, you can use them with great frequency without any fear, like tradition. They're very different from traditional medications where you can overdose very quickly. In fact, many people who are familiar with opioids, who are addicted to those, are finding great relief in essential oils such as copaiba or other essential oils that we have that deal directly with pain management. So, no. There are some people who have skin sensitivities, and we do deal with that from time to time. But again, we teach and train about moderating the use of essential oils if you do have a skin sensitivity. And then the second question was about fake products. Have we experienced fake products yet here in the Philippines? You mean fake doTERRA products or just fake oils? Yeah, we haven't really experienced too much with that. It's really hard to duplicate and to falsify. We have not experienced that here. Even in other markets, we have not seen a lot of that. Although we hear stories about occasionally, but we haven't really seen a big problem with that. It's really hard to fake. Okay, thank you.